Alright, today we're going to do a basic overview and talk about some of the things you're going to want to inspect on a cylinder head, such as the head itself, the valves, the valve springs. So here's the cylinder head, top view, there's the camshaft. Here is the bottom view on another cylinder head. So you're going to want to check for cracks, signs of warpage. The way you check for cracks is a few different methods, such as MagnaFlux, which utilizes big heavy-duty magnets and metal shavings. Also, you notice on this one you got all these metal shavings, so you definitely want to check that out. You got some abnormal wear somewhere, maybe the valve guide. So you'd want to check that out. Then kind of want to look at the valve guides. These I don't have a view of the springs, but here's one right here, and this is going to be inside here like this, and you're going to want to tap right here with the hammer to loosen up the keepers before you disassemble them, and then you get the valve compressor, take them off. You're going to want to, of course, clean the valves up at this point, keep them in order. You're going to want them to go back exactly where they came from. Same thing with the lifters. Always organize all your parts. Inspect the tip right there. Inspect the whole thing, of course, for roundness. You can do this with a dial indicator. Set it up so it's touching right there, and then just turn the valve. Do it at a few different areas, all up and down the valve guide, or the valve stem. Let's see. You want to check for. All right, and that's a type of warpage when the valve gets stretched out over time for heat, and the spring, there's too much tension on it, it just stretches the valve. And let's see. So you're going to want to also check the valve for cracking. You're going to want to measure the margin, which is the shiny part right here. Let's see. You're going to want to measure where it sits right there, which you're going to want to resurface that. If any of these are out of spec, chances are you're going to want to just buy a new valve. They're pretty cheap, or if not, you can get them machined a lot of times. You want to check the spring squareness, which that means you want your spring to be pretty straight, not leaning to one side. Or you also want to check your spring free height, which is the height of the spring when it's not compressed. So you can just use the depth into your micrometer right there, and then take the measurement, compare that to specs. Let's see what else. You want to look at the camshaft. And measure all around. You can do this best probably with a dial indicator. Just set it up and loosen these and rotate the cam. Just do it in different areas. You want to measure your cam lobe lift, which to get that you measure your base circle, which is the part of the camshaft that has no lobe on it. Then you want to measure the highest part of your lobe. And then lastly, there's in play, which is this right here, the amount that this moves back and forth. You can do that with a feeler gauge. And that's about it.